Hello and welcome to Learning English with the Deep Dive.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ella.
And I'm Alex. And today we're going to be doing a deep dive into something that I think we've all dealt with before,
Yeah.
which is that sometimes you just can't sleep.
Oh, yeah.
The title of our deep dive today is Counting Sheep Doesn't Help.
All right. I like it.
And we're going to start off this deep dive by listening to a little dialogue between Ella and me
Okay.
about this topic.
Sounds good.
Are you still awake?
Yeah, I can't fall asleep.
Did you try counting sheep?
I did, but it didn't help.
Yeah. Maybe you should avoid your phone before bed.
That's true. I was on social media earlier.
Oh, you know what else might help? You can also drink some warm milk.
Good idea. I'll try that next.
Okay. Or reading a boring book helps too.
Haha. I'll look for one tomorrow.
Or listening to calming music might help.
Yes. Soft music usually relaxes me.
Hope you fall asleep soon.
Thanks. I'll give your ideas a try.
Okay. So that was our little dialogue.
Yeah.
Now let's look at some of the key vocabulary and phrases that we use there.
Absolutely. That's a great idea because, that will help the English learners really understand this topic better.
Yeah, definitely. So when you're trying to improve your English,
Yeah.
it's important to not only understand what the words mean, but also
Yeah.
how to use them in a sentence.
Right. Exactly.
So our first word today is avoid.
Oh, okay.
So I said in the dialogue, maybe you should avoid your phone before bed.
Right.
Avoid means to stay away from something.
Mm-hmm.
So, to not use it, to not go near it,
Yeah.
to keep away from it.
Yeah.
So one more time, the word is avoid.
Avoid.
And the example sentence again is you should avoid your phone before bed.
Okay.
Now, can you think of another example sentence, Ella, using the word avoid?
Let's see. Well, if you want to sleep well,
Yeah.
you should avoid drinking coffee late at night.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think that's good advice.
Avoid.
Avoid.
Keep away from it.
Exactly. Okay, next word is social media.
Okay.
So Ella said I was on social media earlier.
Yes, sure.
So social media refers to websites and apps.
Where people can connect with each other online.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be things like Facebook, Instagram,
Right.
YouTube, even TikTok. All of those are social media.
Social media.
So let's say that again, social media.
Social media.
And an example sentence using social media would be, I spent too much time on social media.
Yeah, that's very true. I think a lot of people feel that way these days.
Social media, it's everywhere now, right?
Yeah, it is. What's interesting about it is just how much time
Yeah.
we all spend on it now. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a very common part of
Yeah, it's a huge part of our lives.
Yeah.
Okay, so social media.
Social media.
All right, moving on to calming.
Okay.
I said listening to calming music might help.
Right.
So calming means something that makes you feel peaceful and not worried.
Yeah.
So calming music might help you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
What other things do you think are calming, Ella?
Oh, let's see. I always find that
Yeah.
reading a quiet book can be calming,
Yeah.
or even just sitting in a quiet place, with no distractions. Those sorts of things can be really calming just to help us relax.
And that leads right into our next word.
Okay.
Relax.
Relax.
So you said that soft music usually relaxes me.
Right.
So relax means to become less tense and more comfortable.
Mm.
When you relax, you feel peaceful and at ease.
Exactly.
So the word one more time is relax.
Relax.
And our example sentence is, soft music usually relaxes me.
Yeah.
And it feels so good to relax after a long day.
I know. It really does. And you know what? I think it's so important to find ways to relax, especially before you try to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's a great point.
Relax.
Relax.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's move on to looking at some useful phrases
Okay.
from the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
So these phrases are very useful when talking about sleep in English.
Yeah.
So the first one is what Ella said. She said, I can't fall asleep.
Right.
I can't fall asleep.
It's such a common problem.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect way to express that in English.
Yeah, so if you are in bed and you want to sleep, but you can't,
Yeah.
you can say, I can't fall asleep.
Right.
So let's repeat that a few times.
I can't fall asleep.
I can't fall asleep.
I can't fall asleep.
I can't fall asleep.
This is a very common phrase.
It is very common.
Okay, our next phrase is what Ella said, after she tried to count sheep.
Okay.
She said it didn't help.
It didn't help.
So this means that something that you tried did not work.
Right.
It was not effective.
Yeah.
So for example, let's say you drank some coffee to try to stay awake,
Okay.
but you still felt tired.
Yeah.
You could say the coffee didn't help.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
didn't help.
It didn't help.
It didn't help.
It didn't help.
This is a very useful phrase when something doesn't work the way you hoped it would.
Right. And you can use that phrase in all different situations.
Yeah.
Like if you try to fix something and it doesn't work, you
Yeah.
could say it didn't help.
Exactly. It didn't help.
Yeah.
Very useful phrase.
All right. Next, we have a very short but important phrase.
Okay.
Good idea.
Good idea.
So Ella said this when I suggested drinking warm milk.
Right.
Good idea is what we say when we think a suggestion is helpful or useful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a positive response.
Yeah.
Let's say it together. Good idea.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Good idea.
So when someone suggests something that you like, you can say, good idea.
Right, exactly.
It shows that you agree with them.
Yeah, good idea shows that you think
Mhm.
the suggestion is a good one.
Exactly. Okay, and the final phrase we're going to look at today is,
Okay.
hope you fall asleep soon.
Hope you fall asleep soon.
So this is a kind way to wish someone good night when they're having trouble sleeping.
Yeah, it's a nice way to end a conversation. When you know someone's tired and wants to sleep,
Hmm.
hope you fall asleep soon.
It means you hope that they will start sleeping quickly.
Right.
So let's say it together a few times. Hope you fall asleep soon.
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 Is it a nice and polite thing to say to someone who can't sleep? Okay, so we've gone through our short conversation about having trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
We've looked at some key vocabulary like avoid social media, calming, and relax.
Right.
And we've learned some important phrases like I can't fall asleep, it didn't help. Good idea. And I hope you fall asleep soon.
Yes, and I think it's so important to actually practice using these words and phrases.
Yeah.
So when you have English conversations, try to incorporate them, and that will really help you improve.
Yeah, that's a great tip. So make sure to practice saying all of these new words and phrases that we learned today.
Definitely.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
We were talking about not being able to sleep.
Right. A very common situation
Very common.
that we all experience from time to time.
And we listened to our short conversation where we talked about different things you can try.
Yeah. So you had some great suggestions in there.
Yeah, I tried my best and you responded to those ideas.
Yeah.
So those are all common things that people try to help them sleep. Let's think a little more about some of those ideas.
Yeah, let's do that.
For example, drinking warm milk can actually help you feel sleepy.
Oh, yeah. That's because warm milk actually has things in it that naturally help your body relax.
Wow, so there's like a scientific reason for that.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
It's not just, an old wives' tale or something.
Yeah.
It actually can help you relax.
Huh. And another thing that we talked about was avoiding bright screens before bed.
Right. And that's so important.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at your phone
Yeah.
or, your tablet or even your TV, that bright light, it can make it harder for your brain to get ready to sleep.
Oh, so it like tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It does. Your brain thinks, oh, it must still be light out.
Oh,
So it's not time to go to sleep yet.
So it's really a good idea to try to put those screens away at least 30 minutes before bed.
Yeah, I think that's a great rule to follow.
That's good advice. Yeah. And we also mentioned reading.
Yeah, reading a real book.
Yeah, so real book,
Not on a screen.
not on the screen.
And listening to calm music.
Right.
So doing these quiet activities
Yeah.
that don't need, a lot of focus. They
Right.
can really help you relax before bed.
Yeah. Get your mind ready to fall asleep.
Yeah, and to kind of wind down for the day.
Exactly. And another thing that I've heard can help is breathing exercises.
Oh, yeah, breathing exercises are great.
So taking slow, deep breaths
Mm-hmm.
can help your body and your mind become calm.
Right, and that's the key, right? You want to feel relaxed and calm.
Exactly.
And focusing on your breathing can also help
Oh, yeah.
take your mind off of any worries or thoughts
Right.
that might be keeping you awake.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Just focus on your breath
Yeah.
and not all the other things that are going on.
Right, exactly.
And also making sure that your bedroom is quiet and dark.
Oh, yes, that's huge.
Yeah.
Our bodies really sleep best
Yeah.
when it's dark and quiet.
Yeah. I think that's so interesting to think about, all the different things people do around the world to try to fall asleep.
Oh, yeah. That would be a fascinating topic to explore.
Yeah, we should do a deep dive on that.
Yeah, like different sleep habits around the world.
Around the world.
What do people do?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And have you ever thought about all the funny things people try when they can't sleep?
I know. It's so funny.
Like counting sheep is just one of many.
It's true. People try all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah, exactly. And I find it interesting that counting sheep doesn't actually work for everyone.
Right.
Like sometimes it can be too boring.
Yeah.
It doesn't really keep your mind busy enough to help you fall asleep.
Well, it makes you wonder what kind of mental activity actually helps us fall asleep.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
Well, if you enjoy learning English
Yeah.
by exploring everyday situations with us on the deep dive.
And learning all sorts of useful vocabulary and phrases.
Yeah, please subscribe and like.
Yes, please. Do we really appreciate your support?
It really helps us create more content
Absolutely.
to help you with your English learning.
We want to help you.
So as we wrap up today, I just have one last thought for all of you listening.
Okay, I'm listening.
What are some of the things that help you relax and get ready to sleep?
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah,
And maybe try some new ideas.
exactly. Think about it. Try some new things.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's kazapp.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.